depicts the changes of communication through ages. Communication has always been the most significant part of human expression and interaction. Over 1,000 years ago, communication has changed dramatically. We went from having basically no technology to send messages to someone. It has evolved as the years pass, and it has been the driving force behind globalization and economic growth in the last century. The way people communicate with each other today is completely different from thousands of years ago. Since the beginning of time, humans have found ways to communicate with each other, from signals to drawings and then hand signs. Ancient humans used their creativity in the means of communication. They used symbols, images, and paintings to portray the information. The cave paintings that were used by ancient humans evolved into pictograms, and images that represents an object or place that also developed to be ideograms, where it is used to communicate concept. These forms of communication evolved as humans discovered the ability to communicate with sound, which is in the form of languages, has given humans a much easier way to communicate with each other. The emergence of language was a defining moment in the evolution of modern humans. It was an innovation that changed radically the character of human society. Through time, humans evolved as they discovered a much greater way of communicating with each other. When the world is desired to further its ability to communicate from a distance, technology is one of the developments of society that have brought a positive impact to the human race and their language. Communication saw a new development as technologies continuously evolve. The great minds of inventors working towards improving communication took a very large step in providing humans a much better form of communication, wherein electricity was incorporated. Communication expanded since telegraph was invented around a century ago. It served as an answer when people wanted a way to send and receive news from remote locations so that they could better understand what was happening around them. As the 20th century generation arrived, forms of communication have greatly and rapidly continued to develop in a more way better than 19th century communication. The invention of the telephone was introduced to humans, an invention that opened a wide world of communication and changed the world of communication in many aspects. The telephone regenerates the way that people communicated with each other. The invention of smartphones and Android phones and a newly invented internet makes communication a way better than before. With the use of social media platforms like Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Skype, and WhatsApp, it helps humans in enriching their lives further and making the world more integrated. Advancement in the technology and changes in communication generally go hand in hand. Technology has redefined the way in which media communicates with people. If people today look at communication exactly the same way as those from the 1880s, they would talk about how much technology has changed communication. Something as easy as communication is never going to stay the same. Indeed, communication has gone through a lot of stages before it become so convenient and efficient today. Thus, humans' role is to use these communication tools responsibly and in the right way.
Cristo Janet R. from Bachelor of Science in Agriculture 1-1.